Hey guys, back to another YouTube video. Today it's going to be another collections video, and this is another branch of my collection, and this is my knuckle duster collection. And these are, again, another pieces I collect. Again, very well known. Been around a very long time. So, anyway, let's show them all off. First is my very first pair of brass knuckles, or knuckle dusters, whichever you prefer. These I got from my father a couple years ago. He gave these to me. Very nice pieces of lead right there. That would definitely take someone's jaw off. And then these are ones I got from my brother. These are ones that actually have a meat tenderizer in. And originally these had like a square meat tenderizer, but somebody eventually cut them off and turned them into real brass knuckles. Still, very deadly piece. Beautiful. Next is these ones I picked up at a local flea market. These are belt buckle knuckles, but again, they're still technically brass knuckles. These are ones that don't have the ring on the bottom, so you can carry them like that. Definitely nice. Next is, these I bought from a flea market a while back, and they actually say pimp on them. I just liked them because of how big they were and how cool they are, and they were only like $5, and I figured, what the heck, they were not like the ones I already had. Still, one deadly piece right there. Next is these. I'm trying to remember where I bought these from. If I remember right, I think I bought these at a flea market as well. I don't quite remember. Still brass knuckles and brass knuckles. Still deadly pieces. And of course, I'm throwing these in because these are still in the same category. These are my knuckle duster knives. And first, of course, is this one I'm pretty sure Edward would be surprised that I still have. This is my knuckle duster fantasy knife that my good buddy Edward got for me for my birthday. Still got it. Still one deadly looking piece. Next is this one. Those who may remember, I got a couple of replica trench knives in, and I just wasn't very happy with the way the blades were, so I took them and modified two of them. This one, I made a blade for it out of an old file, and I blued the blade because the original ones didn't have a polished blade, and I blued the pommel as well. So basically, I just took the brass handle and just made a new blade for it. Man, that thing looks deadly. But that's what I like about it. Definitely would be one deadly trench knife. Next, this one's my very first trench knife. This one I bought off a gentleman off Facebook. And this one is a Japanese replica. And this one's actually not that bad. It has a full tang, well, not a full tang, more like a full rat tang, something like that. Like the original trench knives would have had. And this thing's got some weight to it. This thing would definitely do some damage. And I like that the blade's Japanese, so it's got some quality in it. It's got a real brass handle, and it's got some nice weight to it. I mean, this thing is heavier than this one. And it's got a real nice tang on it, a nice stick tang going all the way through like the original ones would have had. And I had my friend Stefan make the sheets for me. Again, just a beautiful design in general. I'd love to get a real one of these if I could ever afford one. Is that one? Next is the only trench knife I will be selling. This is the other replica that I modified. Again, this blade came from an old Japanese fantasy knife that just wasn't that good, and I kept the blade, and I took what was left of the blade and made a new tang, threaded the end, and turned it into a badass trench knife. So if you are interested in buying this, you can happily hit me up in the comments, and I'll sell it to you. Sadly, I can't put this on eBay because they're very strict about this kind of stuff, which is stupid, but I have to obey their rules. So if you're interested, happily hit me up in the comments. Japanese blade, so you know it's got some quality. It's got a lot bigger blade than a lot of the standard ones. Still very deadly piece, and it is double-edged. So this is the only one I'm selling. Alrighty, that's all the ones I've collected so far. And I look forward to collecting a lot more of them. But there's not many of them found. Now, luckily, in the state that I am, these are legal to have. You just can't carry them, but you can collect them, of course. Personally, I think you would have to be a real idiot to use a pair of brass knuckles, because if you're not holding these right, you're going to break your hand just using these. So again, if you're interested in buying this one, happily hit me up in the comments. But the rest of these, of course, I am keeping. This goes to show what other branches in my collection that I haven't shown yet. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and look forward to the next. And as always, stay sharp and keep collecting, my buddies.